Tonight on Rescue 911. This man's oily T-zone and terrible hair are caught in dire straits. Please, can I have one last chance? Alright, but this is your last clear chance. Let's see, this film is gratefully acknowledged, but not warranted. Brum 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 ba-dum brum ba-dum. Whoa, this suddenly turned into a pride parade. And the goofy clown car takes up the rear. Sheriff Barrelbody on the job.
I suppose I should have gone in for a few minutes, but I just couldn't do it.
Cemeteries scare me.
Burying someone
All for the
from a
man's
family
war.
you've known from childhood. Someone cut down in the prime of life.
Goodbye!
Well, it's hard to take. I could say goodbye from here. Besides, I could do more good out on the road.
I guess.
I could keep trying to prevent other people from killing themselves in their cars and bringing to other families, like the Dixons in there, that heartbreak that
I was a
never
pageant
quite...
finalist.
It was hard to believe that just a few days before, the Dixon family had been as happy and contented a group
Heil
of people
Hitler.
as you'd find anywhere. Frank Jr. had just come home
Heil
from
Hitler.
college to give his dad a little help on the farm for the summer. He was a chip off the old block.
Or alongside his dad's
Studying
footsteps.
agriculture at school, and getting ready to follow in
Was
his
also
dad's
following in his dad's footsteps.
Frank's girl, Betty Hutchins, had been waiting for him, of course. Everyone knew they'd be getting married before too long.
Look, just sign your soul away.
Mr.
It's
Dixon's
easy.
new tractor had just arrived down at the Union Pacific freight station, and they all went down to inspect it. Frank's kid brother, Alan, had just taken his driving test a week before. Well, Alan sure wanted to drive his dad's new tractor. But
Wait, Dad
until he
Dick's
actually
son?
received the license, Dad Dixon wasn't letting him on the highway. Not even on a tractor.
There you go. Step right up here. There seems to be an extra gear shifter.
The UP station agent had reminded
He was
Frank
due
that
any
the
minute
411
himself.
Streamliner was due any minute. And of course, with Betty there, he wasn't taking
There'd be no
chances
excitement in the world.
anyway. If everyone was that careful all the time, well, a lot of people in the cemeteries would be alive today. It was the next Monday that Alan Dixon's first driver's license arrived in a noon mail delivery.
I can't see it,
Boy,
Zig
was
Heil.
he proud of that license. He couldn't wait to show it to his brother. After all, your first license is sort of a milestone. It means all the roads are now open to you. He was proud of the license, naturally. And just as naturally, wanted to make use of it.
Run to the
on any
store and get me some
errand that his
pickles and some
dad
vinegar and some
Or
pickles.
his mother, or his grandfather could think of. The only trouble was, I had to choose that moment to drive in and spoil things. Of course, when you've known a
Look, you're
family
all
as
under
long as
arrest for
I've
the
known
pot growing
Dixons,
operation.
They don't treat you as a cop, but as a friend.
Alan got his driver's license.
Oh, is that right? Well, let me see it, would you?
You bet.
Well, I guess that makes it official. When'd you get it?
Just came today.
Gulp.
Oh, just today, huh? Why'd I see you out driving on Highway 30 yesterday morning?
This is my fault. I let him take the car to go and see his girl. I'm sorry I let him have it. I shouldn't have done it.
Alan shouldn't have asked for the car.
No, he shouldn't have.
Fine way to be starting your driving career.
Well, you're under
Violation
arrest
already.
anyway.
I'm sorry.
Came here to kill you.
Well, it's only a technical violation. I didn't come here to arrest you, Alan. I knew you'd be getting that license any day now, and I
You
thought
see,
this
when
would
a
be
car
good time to
loves a
come by
man.
and tell you a few of the facts of life about driving before you get started. Now, these are accident reports from my headquarters. Each figure represents someone injured or killed in the state. On city streets, farm roads, highways, and railroad crossings. All the facts and figures are here. Well, some of them you've read about in the papers.
An amazing negligence.
Big, spectacular crashes caused by terrific speed, or drunk driving, or some other form of what I
Hey, get
call
back here. You must be
near
nearly
insanity.
insane.
But most people only squeeze the law a little. At stop signs, in restricted speed
In their
zones,
little cars with their little
little
shirts.
violations that most people get away with time after time. Maybe getting a ticket or a warning like Frank Jr. did, but without getting hurt. But those little violations, those little chances you take day by day, that's when
And you could
start
win
playing
big.
roulette with your life. You're taking a big gamble with your life when you violate a no passing line on the road. You're taking a big chance in the car in front when you follow too closely at highway speeds. Maybe a man will
And watch
do
it
these
pop.
things 100 times in perfect safety. Squeeze the law.
Murphy's Law.
But don't forget that other law, the law of
And you could win big.
Sooner or later, it catches up with you.
Number 12
This
for me.
accident was number one for the driver involved. First one he'd ever had. But it was his last one, too. He took one little chance too many.
Frank is taking too many chances in his car.
Oh, he'll be all right. Won't he now?
He'll be all right if he takes to heart
Oh,
what
the
I told him
ASL
about
handbook.
Signs. Signs of life. That's what stop signs and all the other road signs really are. And
The hell are you
missing one
talking
of them
about
as you drive
signs?
along, or just ignoring it. Well, that's one of those little things that kills people. Wherever there's a hazard on the road, there's usually a sign to tell you about it, like a curve warning, or right-of-way sign,
Right this way.
narrow
This
bridge,
way up.
signal
And
ticket,
fragile.
do not enter, no passing, and many others. But for too many drivers, a stop
Materialize
sign
in
like this,
front
for
of them.
example, has no importance unless they can see cars crossing the road ahead right now. A school crossing
And all of
sign,
them on their phones watching
for some
TikToks.
drivers, seems to mean little or nothing. Unless there are children actually crossing the street at that moment. As for railroad crossings, some drivers act as if the warning signs and tracks don't even exist.
They try to
Unless
drive
there's
under
a
it.
streamliner passing by right in front of them. And even then, hard as it is to believe, there are many accidents where the driver ran past 3 warning signs.
Yes, it could even
and
happen
straight
to
the
you.
side of a moving train. It has happened in broad daylight, but it happens even more often at night. That's when the warning sign,
The heck, that car just split in
the
two.
signal, the crossbuck are really your signs of life. Yes, the sign is still there, but you have to be twice as alert to see it.
Surprise!
If you hadn't seen the signs, this train might come as a surprise to you.
The Las Vegas Strip, 1953.
Traffic signs and signals that are so easy to see in the daylight become easier to
The
miss
neon
as the sun goes
intrusion
down.
of the secular world.
Twilight is a dangerous time of day when things are half visible, half in deepening shadow.
Every one of them says,
Main
"Eat it,
Street at
Joe's."
night becomes a maze of lights and neon signs, all competing with one another to catch your eye. But where's the traffic signal? Oh, there it is. Almost lost against the other lights beyond.
Wig, wag, wig,
Even the
wag,
blinking red
wig,
light of the
wag.
railroad wigwag is hard to pick out sometimes. But night or day,
Or kill you,
these are
depending
your
on how you look
signs
at
of
it.
life, whose purpose is to keep you alive.
And I'm one of them.
It's a strange thing, but some people actually resent traffic signs and traffic laws.
How come?
Cramps their style. They figure rules are for the other fellow, not for good drivers like themselves. Here's one like that. Robert Bainbridge.
Who used to shower to, I mean...
Yeah.
Oh, I know him. I ran against him on the track.
Same tattoo on the buttocks. What's fat all mean?
I knew him.
Alright, cheer up, you little wimp.
I'm sorry, dear.
Right, like
Robert
that's a
Bainbridge.
job.
Age 17. Occupation,
Body mutilated.
place of accident, Lone Tree Road near Meridian.
Hairstyle crew cut.
Date, June 2nd. Time, 4:17. Weather,
That's right, I'm the one who caused the accident.
I gave him the light and siren on Highway 41 when he was doing about 70.
His third mistake was being high on PCP.
His second mistake is when he tried to outrun me.
I thought he was being chased by a banshee.
Then he turned off into Lone Tree Road. That
Even
was
though
his
I
third
clearly chased him up that gravel road.
I didn't chase him on that gravel road. I didn't want him to keep up that speed on such a treacherous footing. I just followed along without the flasher or siren, hoping he'd realize what he was doing before it was too late.
He just went sailing on
I
out
lost sight of
there.
him around a turn. He took it way too fast for gravel.
Oh, he just went into the entrance of the Bat Cave.
When I rounded the turn, the road ahead was empty. I knew what had happened even before I found the car. Of course, the boy had tried to stop when he felt his car
So
go
I
out of
raided the
control,
glove box and took his
but he
wallet.
never had a chance.
Ah, he must have been hauling strawberry jam. Oh. It was awfully quick to be pushing up the daisies. That's because you're not intelligent.
I can't understand it. Why did he do it?
You tell me. That's one thing the reports
Saw
don't
one
show.
guy sticking his... Well, never
Why
mind.
people do things with a car that make no sense at all.
Well, I was. Never caught me, did you?
Well, I guess a young fellow in a car figures he's quick enough to save himself.
Quick enough. If a human body could match a machine.
When you
No.
get to be my age, you slow down.
Well, you can remember the old days, can't you, Mr. Dixon? Yep. When a tandem bicycle wasn't just a showpiece for old
Love between a man and his car in those days was simpler.
Honest-to-goodness means of transportation. Sometimes we forget that there are plenty of people on our highways today who grew up in that horse and buggy age. Those narrow, two-lane country roads that used to be so quiet, peaceful, are now several lanes of high-speed
Are now
traffic.
careening around mountains.
The roads that used to wind gently around the hills now slice through mountains with nothing
Will
to
now
slow you
obliterate you upon impact.
down. And many a rail crossing that stopped you in the old days is now a high-speed underpass or overpass.
Like, are we
Everything in
totally
the world
set
of
on this angle of
transportation has
Grandpa's
improved.
bald head?
Everything except the drivers. We still have to use the same old equipment. Our eyes and ears and reflexes. They haven't improved a bit.
No, they haven't. When I was a kid, I run 100 yards in 11 seconds.
Well, we can see that the FAS is now genetic.
Jumps.
No, Gaff? 11.5. That's faster than I ever run it in.
Me.
Well, point is, Alan, you have to face a much greater danger on the road than your grandfather did, with no better equipment. No better personal equipment, that is. Oh, the highways and the cars are better and faster, of course. And that's where the
It's
danger
Red
is.
Foreman.
Yes,
Dumbass.
danger. Even with sensible, safe driving people on a highway as smooth as silk, with no traffic lights and no intersections to worry about. You might wonder,
Marriage.
where is the danger we keep talking about? Well, here's one danger: fatigue. On long trips,
On the hour.
fatigue is a big hazard. You should stop at least once every hour.
Cobwebs go away.
Get out, stretch your legs, get those cobwebs out of your head. Weariness slows down your
I'm
reactions,
retired. Try me.
and at 60 miles an hour
The
or better,
dumbass.
you can't afford it.
Yeah. Oh, they immediately ascended to heaven. See the blue sky? Oh, blue sky!
Here is still another danger.
Yeah, it's a blue sky. It's all
Lack of
blue, see?
attention to the road.
See all the blue sky?
Sure, it's an open
Look at the
highway.
blue sky there,
Maybe
and blue
there
sky
aren't many
there.
cars. But it only takes two to tango. 40% of all expressway accidents involve a car that has already stopped,
Oh, and look,
On
green
the
grass.
road,
Yeah, green grass right
partway
there, right
on,
there.
or not far enough off. This is an
It's Henry
invitation to
Kissinger.
disaster.
Is that Henry Kissinger? Women.
Here is another hazard of our superhighways that we patrolmen see all
An
too
angel
often.
gets its wings.
Every time you have to hit your brakes hard, ask yourself, why weren't you ready for the danger that suddenly developed?
Is that a euphemism?
The parked car that suddenly pulls out without looking is always sudden, of course, and
In
always
sepia
surprising.
tone.
A man who decides at the last moment to make a turn. The entering car that fails to yield the right of way.
I'm kidding.
Well, sure, the other fellow's often wrong. And if he causes a crash, it's all his fault. But you may be dead just the same.
In a lot of accidents, it's pretty hard to tell just who is to blame, isn't it, Hal?
Impossible to tell sometimes. But there's one kind of accident where there's never a
No,
single
actually, it
doubt.
doesn't.
What's that?
At a railroad crossing.
Yep, the train sure has the right of way.
You know, the railroad's been here for almost 4 generations. Every
That's how I
farm
tracked you
family
down
in
for the
Park
pot.
uses the railroad to ship their crops. We all like to ride the trains. But why is it so many people don't see the trains at the crossings?
It seems impossible that anyone could fail to see or hear a train in motion. A locomotive is certainly big enough, and the train of cars behind it may be as much as a mile long. And yet
Well, if a
many
train leaves the
people who have
station from
lived through a
Illinois
crossing
traveling
accident will say, where did the train come from?
Where
I
did it
never
go?
saw
Where did it come from,
until it was
Cotton Eye
right on
Joe?
top of me. Where did it come from? Well, it came on the rails. It couldn't come from anywhere else. But if you paid no attention to the sign
Where do you think it came from? The
Didn't
sky?
and didn't listen, then to you it came out of nowhere. An approaching train starts the signal while it is still some distance
Should I
away.
guess?
Never try
Sure.
to guess how far away. Don't guess at all. And don't be impatient.
I was
because the
way
train's
off.
coming, and it can't stop.
I'm so tired of listening to you whine. Boom! Ding, 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 ding.
Any signal in action means that a condition of fatal danger exists at this moment, at this crossing. Maybe the last train you waited for was a slow freight. It took several minutes to
The
cross.
conductor jacked up on
The next one
cocaine.
may be a fast freight, highballing to the coast on a tight schedule.
Are invisible.
Remember that many freight trains today are faster than passenger trains of 15 years ago. Many crossings have more than one set of tracks, each one a separate hazard. When you cross, make sure all tracks are clear.
Double jack.
Yes, don't let a double track double cross you. Stop, look, and listen, the crossbuck says. All right? Let's listen. As this train
I'm gonna
approaches,
come. I'm gonna
let's
come.
see how close it comes
almost
before
there.
we hear it.
I'm gonna come. Oh, you finished before me. Well, if a train leaves the station,
Now, where did that train come from?
they're just born there.
Where does any train come from? Comes on the rails, of course. And who gets killed at the crossing? Someone who's crossed that same track at the same place 1,000
Well, you really
times
brought lunch
before.
down, didn't you,
But
Sheriff?
just one time, he didn't look.
One time is all it takes.
Please speak
Right
to
after
Frank
he's
about
dead.
his driving. It worries me.
Okay, I will. I'll do it tonight.
I surrender, Hal. I give up. What's the charge?
No charge, Frank. I'm just giving Alan some free advice now that he's a licensed
Always
driver.
use a
Boy,
rubber.
I remember that advice you gave me the other day at the stop sign.
Well, you keep it in mind.
I will. Dad, can I take the car into town now?
Okay, Alan, go ahead.
He's a pansy. He'll never break the law.
I'll be real careful. Goodbye.
He'll be all right.
Look at the guy going. Hey, maybe we better go along with him, make sure he gets there all right.
Off to die
Okay,
at the
fine. Bye,
railroad
everybody.
track.
So, there went Alan with his new driver's license, and Frank
But
and
someone's
Betty
not
right
paying
behind.
attention to signs
nice
and
a summer
gambling
day
with
as
their
you could
life,
hope for.
and their last clear chance has been taken. Can I have your stuff? Can I have your room when you're dead? Zig Heil. Zig Heil. Bye. See you in the afterlife, pansy. God, he is really hailing Hitler, huh? But where did it come from? Ah, there you go. Tuck in, son. Your car friend gonna be staying the night? What? Yes, trains will make you filthy if you're ever struck by one. You're under arrest for negligent driving. I don't know.
Why don't they look?
Quit being
Ralph?
dramatic, Hank.
Tell me. Why don't
It's lunchtime.
they look?
No, I didn't go in.
It just makes me laugh, too.
Burying someone like young Frank Dixon is too hard to take. My place was out on the road. Out on the road, I could at least try to keep other people from killing themselves in their cars. So if the next car I stop
I am
happens
justice.
to be yours,
I am
don't tell me
vengeance.
you were only speeding a little, only breaking the law a little, only doing something a little bit wrong. Save that for somebody else, brother.
I'll
Because
just
I
kill
see
you
too many
myself.
little follies that end up with
And I'll
someone a
kill
little
you.
bit
And I'll
dead.
kill you too. And me too. Yes, I'll kill. All these men have sworn to murder you. Officer Huge Man. Dead, dead, dead. Everyone's dead. Written by Leland Baxter, dead. Bert Spielvogel, dead. Oh, Dixon! It was Dixon. I was way off. I thought it was Dick's son. All of these actors are dead because of your negligent driving. Thanks, Idaho and Colorado.
Shut down, shut up.